Hey guys, right here I have a 2013 Chevrolet Captiva 2.2 VCDi LTZ. And today I'm gonna make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here's the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. If you press once on the unlock button, it unlocks only the driver's door. Press it a second time to unlock the rest of the car. If you do notice, apart from the lock and unlock buttons, you do have your rear glass release as well, and a horn shaped button with red highlights, and this activates your horn. It chimes 3 times to locate your car in a car park, or if you forget where you park, and the like, as shown. The Captiva LTZ does come standard with Chevrolet's version of a keyless entry and start system, so just have the key fob on yourself. The doors are currently unlocked. To lock, just simply walk away and within 10 seconds the car will lock by itself. You don't have to press the button or anything else, as shown. To unlock the car, just press the black button like that. With that keyless entry, you do have keyless start as well. Just have the key fob inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and twist the knob right here to start. Currently, this car has 5,097 miles.
The Captiva comes with a speed-sensitive power steering system. For the LT and the LTZ, the steering wheel comes wrapped in leather with very minor sport grips on the sides. Standard for the LS, the LT and the LTZ trims of the Captiva is a 6-speed manual transmission. However, the mid-range LT and the top-of-the-line LTZ is given the option of having a 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shifting via the plus and minus down by the gear lever. Shifting the car into reverse activates the parking sensors in the LT and LTZ trims, and on the latter, the standard issue reverse camera as well. Safety in the UK market Captiva is quite good. All variants are equipped with 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, traction control, electronic stability control, descent control, hill start assist, alarm system, immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the second row seats. As with all my other videos, at this point, let's go ahead and turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window, which is the only fully automatic window in both ways for this car. The LTZ comes equipped with 19-inch 5-spoke alloy rims with Hankook Optimo K415 235/50 R19 tires. Brakes consists of front ventilated discs and rear disc brakes. Meanwhile, the suspension setup is comprised of McPherson struts in the front and an independent 4-link rear. The Captiva is a product from the South Korean division of General Motors, known as General Motors Korea, which was formerly known as General Motors Daewoo. Built on the Theta platform, which is shared with various other General Motors products, the Captiva and its rebadged cousins, the Daewoo Windstorm and Holden Captiva, is very closely related to the smaller Opel Vauxhall Antara lineup of compact crossovers. The Captiva is available with 5 or 7 seats, depending on how it is equipped, unlike the Antara and its derivatives, which comes only with 5 seats. Currently, Chevrolet Captivas sold in the UK is only available with a diesel engine. There are 2 states of tune. The lower powered 161 horsepower version is only found on the base LS trim. The LT and the LTZ comes with a more powerful 181 horsepower version of the same engine. The engine in question comes from GM's Family Z lineup. For the Captiva, it is a 2.2 litre dual overhead cam, 16-valve turbo diesel inline-4 unit. With a compression ratio of 16.3 to 1, the engine, as I mentioned, produces 181 horsepower at 3800 RPM and 400 Nm of torque at 2000 RPM for the LT and the LTZ. When equipped with the 6-speed automatic, the Captiva manages a 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour time of 11 seconds. Top speed with the same transmission is 118 miles per hour or 190 km per hour. The fuel tank is 65 liters and the combined fuel consumption in miles per gallon and liters per 100 kilometers is 35.7 and 7.9 respectively, while the carbon dioxide emissions is 208 grams per kilometer. All figures reflect the automatic Captiva. While the LS is front-wheel drive only, the LT and the LTZ is all-wheel drive. Globally, the Captiva was launched back in 2006. The sales for the original pre-facelift model ran from 2006 to 2011. A facelifted Captiva range was released sometime in the middle of 2011 with a significant change to the front-end design and improved bits and pieces for both the exterior and interior. The facelifted Captiva also saw some powertrain changes. For the UK, the facelifted Captiva lineup at the time of this video being posted consists of 3 trims, 5 variants and 2 engine choices. Exterior features for the Captiva LTZ in the UK includes automatic halogen projector headlights, daytime running lights, headlight washer system, front fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, reverse camera, LED rear lights, LED rear fog lights, side and rear privacy glass, front and rear skid plates as well as roof rails highlighted in silver, automatic wipers, and dual exhausts.
You do have your speaker down there with a cup holder and some storage, your rear glass release, window lock, window controls, only the driver's side is automatic in both ways. You do have your central locking as well. Right below the air vent, you do have your mirror controls, your headlight washer activation, the knob to adjust your level of the headlight, and push this button out to adjust the brightness of your interior at night. Right down here you do have some storage. And illuminated Captiva door sills for this one. Driver's seat in the Captiva LTZ is fully powered. You do have your seat back adjustment, seat position, seat height and seat inclination, as well as your manual lumbar right down here. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how she revs. Right down here you do have your dual zone automatic climate control system, your fan speed in the center, passenger side temperature, driver side temperature. Sync means if you have it turned on, the driver's side will control both sides, but if you turn it off, each side will have individual controls. You do have your automatic mode for the climate control, air conditioning, front and rear defrost, recirculation, automatic recirculation, your off button, as well as your different modes. All the Actually, the climate control display is shared with the navigation display right up here. This is your main menu. Just hit ATC and it brings up your climate control system. Quite simple to use.
The Captiva comes with an integrated head unit with various media connectivity options. For the LTZ trim, there is also navigation and 8 speakers for the sound system.
like.
I must say, sound system is quite good. You do have your CD player right up here. It is MP3 compatible. Your 6 customizable stations, seat track buttons to change between your different band, FM, AM, CD, auxiliary, USB. You also have Bluetooth audio streaming and DAB digital radio. Your favorites, hit this button to go to your radio menu. If you press the button longer, it goes to your sound system setup. You have your bass, middle, treble, balance and fader, your preset equalizers. Hit this button to go to your Bluetooth setup. You can pair your phone, go to your call function, your Bluetooth audio streaming function and whatnot. You do have your information right here, or traffic info, as well as the pause button for your CD function. You do have your auxiliary port right down here. And right up here you do have your navigation system and various other vehicle information. To go back to your main menu, just hit menu. As mentioned, this is your main menu. You do have your trip information, average speed, elapsed time, average fuel consumption, range, your date and your compass. Your car settings, touch screen calibration, system information, system upgrade, user preferences, language, units, time zone and all that. If you do not want to hit the back button, you can always press the menu button to go back straight to the main menu. You can view your movies, MP3 files, if you have them loaded onto the system, and your navigation. This is your map. You do have your spoken instructions, muted, your volume, your zoom, hit main menu, go to, you can enter your address, points of interest, go to your recent destinations, address book, coordinates, go home and all that. Map options, your how you want the map to be displayed, your day-night mode, automatic zoom, and your navigation settings. Again, mostly what is displayed in the previous menus. And you do have your shortcut buttons down here as well, your navigation menu, trip, or if you just want to dim the display.
Talk dirty to me.
Central locking, and you do have power folding mirrors. Wiper controls, light and indicator controls, volume controls right down here, seat track buttons, power off or mute, your on hook off hook buttons for your Bluetooth system to change between your different modes, and on the right side of the steering wheel you do have your cruise control. Steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here, if I can get it out. And the instrument cluster in this car is very simple. The display in the middle, you just have your mileage, gear position, trip A, trip B, and your mileage again. central storage right up here. You do have your digital clock in the middle, your traction control, parking sensors. You do have a small cutout for storage right here, power outlet, cigarette lighter, eco button that enables you to drive more efficiently, changing your climate control, acceleration, gear shifts and all that. When activated, the eco button will show up right there. You do have heated seats for the driver and front passenger, and your electronic parking brake. It is currently engaged. Put your foot on the brake, push it down to disengage it, and to engage it, just simply pull it back up. Cup holders, some storage. Push this button down, slide it all the way back. You do have a deeper storage well down here. It extends all the way back so you can store quite a number of items. You also do have your USB port right there. Central armrest with some storage down below. Auto dimming, rear view mirror. Your interior lights. And sunglass holder. You do have a vanity mirror with your sun visor and a light. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have privacy glass for the rear. Storage down there. Speaker. Captiva door sills for the back as well, just that the ones at the back are not illuminated. Since this is a 7-seater version, to access the third row of seats, just pull on this lever. Seats will automatically fold forward. Quite simple. You do have cutouts in the footwell to accommodate your feet. They're actually marked with a couple of pictures of feet down there. And I must say, this is by far one of the most comfortable third row of seats that I've ever sat in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. I still get quite a bit of headroom, not so much, but it's better than nothing. While legroom is quite alright actually. You can actually extend the middle row seats back. But even so, legroom is limited, but still able to stretch out a bit. You do get a single cup holder for the third row seats. All the seats can be folded down except the two front ones. To fold down the middle row, locate this lever and the seat back folds down. Hook. Storage pockets on the front seat backs. Power outlet for the rear passengers. Rear center armrest with some cup holders. Rear lights. Normally, most SUVs have the only the hatch opening up, but this one you can actually open the rear glass as well. Once it pops up, just pull on this area. And it is quite convenient if you do not want to open up the rear hatch. You can just open up the glass, slide some things in, and you're done. However, if you do want to open up the rear hatch, locate the touchpad right beneath the Chevrolet badge, and the rear hatch opens up.
Boot space in the Captiva with all the seats in place is a measly 97 litres. With the third row folded, this increases to a more respectable 465 litres, and with both the second and third row folded, 1565 litres of space is yielded. I did not show it in the video, but the front passenger seat back can also be folded down to create even more boot space. Folding the seats is really easy. Just pull the levers on the back and the 50-50 split third row seats fold down flat. For the 60-40 split second row seats, the levers are just by the sides of the headrests. There are storage spaces to the left and right sides of the boot, as well as a central storage space that houses the tyre repair kit. There is also a power outlet to the left of the boot.
You do have adjustable headrests for all rows of seats in this car. Again, you do have some storage down here with a cup holder, speaker, and your window control. Illuminated Captiva door sills for this side. Front passenger seat for the Captiva LTZ is manual. It loses out on the height adjustment and the lumbar support, which means it only has the seat back, which is controlled using this lever right here, and the seat position, which is controlled using this lever right here. You do have a storage pocket right by the side of the footwell. And the glove box is quite big. It is partitioned off into two sides, a smaller one to the right and a bigger one to the left. You can store quite a number of items in here. Unfortunately, it is not lockable, so you're unable to protect it from people trying to open it up. Seatbelt warning below the aircon vent. And you do have a vanity mirror with a light for this sun visor as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Hey guys, thought I'd make a nighttime startup video of this 2013 Chevrolet Captiva 2.2 VCDi LTZ. So, here's the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. Upon unlocking the car at night or in a dark condition, the headlights will automatically turn on to illuminate your path. The rear lights do turn on as well. The instrument cluster and the center console also does light up as you unlock the car. The interior lights do come on as well. Put your foot on the brake and twist the knob. Quite simple. The instrument cluster lights up in white with the needles in red, while the rest of the car And I believe this is sort of like a Chevrolet trademark. They have this sort of like a turquoise backlight to the buttons. Even the footwell lights are actually in turquoise. Most of the buttons on the, actually all the buttons on the steering wheel, the door panel, to the right of the steering wheel itself, they light up in this nice shade of turquoise. You do have your climate control down here. Alright, so let's just go ahead and turn on the hazards, front and rear fog lights, and just take a quick look at outside. You do get a single light illuminating the cargo area. Pressing once on the lock button locks the car. Pressing it a second time actually activates the deadlocking system. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2013 Chevrolet Captiva 2.2 VCDi LTZ. Thanks for watching and goodbye.